Yeah, I hear you.
How about that?
You understand that, right?
Buy that and they give it to us.
High State give you something? Come on.
I know.
All right, you're on.
And then they overcharge you.
They don't even give me a discount.
No, just
How you doing, Paul?
good. How about yourself tonight?
Wonderful.
Good. Even the High State hats, they're made in China.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They're made by Champion. Champion's made out of China. And then they fade. If you sit out in the sun very long, they start fading, they turn brown.
When I was in the marching band, we were under the athletic department.
Freeman already
We
has the
weren't
player
part
I
of
was looking for.
music or anything.
Say it again?
And
Freeman
they
has the
decided
player I was
that
looking for.
on Thursdays
Is the
and
number 3
Fridays
shooting
for
guard,
rehearsal, we would
but his
wear
buddy plays for the team. And so I thought nobody's going to be smart enough to have it.
so that we all looked the same. So you need to wear you. Well, they had the equipment manager and the football team order the smallest thing he had was large.
That's smart,
extra
Danny.
large, triple large, and 3 times large.
Danny's,
These poor kids.
Danny's
These
wearing
guys,
soccer cleats.
they turn on the pants, you know,
Nike
they
racers.
roll them up, and put tape around them to keep them up.
You know, the retro
Everybody
swoosh.
look the same. Everybody look
I
bad.
like that. It's typically used in the Nike racer, whether it's the racer skate shoe or the racer cleat. As an option on M.I.B.N. if you want your player to have that retro style.
Sean? Yes. Here goes the toss.
32. Good, you? I'm well.
I don't know if he deferred or not.
I'm getting the bet, right?
Hold on, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta see this.
See if we won the toss, because the other went down and tapped him on the shoulder.
Yeah, but and then if they defer, then they're supposed to be there.
Right.
Yeah, so they did defer. We had to take the ball.
So we didn't defer? We chose to receive?
Yeah, we elected to receive.
Mechanicsburg receiving.
On the south end. And the north.
Mr. Bell, when are you guys?
What?
You guys start at 10 minutes? Testing.
Josh, this is pretty interesting. Oh yeah, I already said. So, the facts of the game, the need to know facts of the game presented by Pizza Alley. Mechanicsburg 15 to the playoffs in school history in 6 consecutive. The only other time St. Henry's played Mechanicsburg was in 2000.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Board of Directors, Executive Director, and the staff of the Ohio High School Athletic Association extend to each of you a cordial welcome to its OHSAA football tournament event. Tonight's matchup is a Division VI regional quarterfinal matchup between Mechanicsburg High School and St. Henry High School. This tournament is sponsored and conducted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association for its member schools. In order to make this contest as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school and community in a positive and respectful manner. That means follow the rules. Speak and act responsibly, and show courtesy and respect for your fellow fans, officials, coaches, administrators, and authority figures, and of course, your team and the opponent. Let's make this contest great by remembering to respect the game. The officials for this game have been selected and assigned according to the procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association Board of Directors. Their experience and integrity qualify them for their important part in this friendly interscholastic contest. The officials are referee Larry Clemens, umpire Ryan McCorley, linesman Jamie Harding, line judge Chris Wilty, and center judge Corey Frizzle. Mechanicsburg won the toss and they have elected to receive. Starting for St. Henry Redskins on offense, number 50, Devin Seaframe. Number 72, Peyton Lange. Number 76, Carter Stoller. Number 60, Cameron McDowning. 78, Caden Niekamp. 86, Sam Harding. Number 21, Jaron Fishbaugh. Number 22, Zach Niekamp. Number 6, Sam Layfeld. Number 8, Ethan Tiemann. And number 2, Jay Kanapke. And the defensive starters for your Mechanicsburg Indians, number 28, Kix Teal. Number 51, Camden Coleman. Number 56, Chad Deere. Number 50, Tristan Hall. 33, Jake Hurst. Number 60, Jaron Patterson. Number 22, Joey Muscadri. Number 3, Logan Hurst. Number 8, Frank Magyar. Number 20, Noah Wolf. And number 21, Keith Bebout. Tonight's game will be broadcast in HD on WOSN tomorrow at 2 and 9 p.m. and simulcast for free on WOSN.TV/live. And our free score app. Thank you to Western Ohio Sports Network.
Let's take a break. We're going to take a look. Redskins and Indians report to the
You can hear stuff. Ready to cover some playoff football.
You hear everybody. Thank you.
Now, as a poor college kid, I feel yeah, that one's off. You can still hear everything.
So is that guy on the other side of the glass?
No, I just hear you fiddling with that. I don't think our audio thing's set up right to where it blocks out this background noise. Our audio thing is...
Mechanicsburg football thanks Memorial Sports Medicine, the exclusive sports medicine provider for Mechanicsburg Athletics. Its team of trainers, therapists, and physicians are on hand to provide a variety of services from sports training and injury prevention to injury treatment and recovery therapy. We depend on Memorial Sports Medicine for helping our athletes grow strong, stay strong, and play strong. We know we are in good hands with Memorial Sports Medicine, a service of Memorial Hospital. Go Indians.
You hear it?
Do the bottom.
There are underneath that, you know what? There'll be one of each.
I heard it's broken down into 2 divisions. That would include the South Division Green.
Did you just turn it down?
No.
You didn't turn it down? Was it turned down?
I didn't do anything.
Okay.
7 and 3 as well. We're going 5 and 5. And the reason has 1 3 left. Right now,
Alright, we're doing a quick mic check. We will be on for the start of the game in just a few minutes. Stay with us on the M.I.B.N. broadcast of the Mechanicsburg Indians St. Henry Redskins game coming up in just a bit. It's that time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Mechanicsburg football here tonight. Friday, November 2nd, between the Mechanicsburg Indians and the St. Henry Redskins. And here to bring it all is myself, Caleb Spinner, representing the Mechanicsburg Indians Broadcast Network, and as we frequently find, my co-broadcaster, Scott Spinner, my own father. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Caleb. Great night. Big game tonight. You excited?
Yes. So this is a big playoff game. The first time that St. Henry has met up with Mechanicsburg in history of both schools.
Ever.
Big MAC opponent versus an OHC opponent. How big of a game do you think this is going to be?
Well, I think you said it right there. This is a MAC school versus Mechanicsburg here, OHC school, and I think if I'm not mistaken, like you said, I don't think we've ever beaten a MAC school. But the greatest thing about that is that it's got to be a first time for everything, right?
Yeah, there's room for tonight. So let's go right into Mechanicsburg Meat and Potatoes, presented by Mixins and Fixins. The big thing with Mechanicsburg is their run game. They have 257 rushing yards averaging a game versus only 101 passing yards per game. Total of 3,512 total yards of offense in the year, averaging 351 a game. That's just incredible numbers right there. 183 total first downs, averaging 18.3 a game, if you can do the math right there. I know a lot of viewers like to do that. And in the season, here's a big number. They've outscored their opponents 336-72 versus St. Henry 316-95.
Those are some good stats. It's going to make for an interesting ball game tonight.
Yes, this is definitely going to be a big one. You can feel the energy in the stadium right now as the crowd's still filing in. We got just about 4 minutes to the game time. And due to OHSAA regulations, we cannot broadcast the visual of this game, but we will bring you the live update of the scoreboard right here for you. And we will have our normal commentary, as we always do every home game, for you to enjoy. And without any further ado, let's lead into the Security National Bank's players that you can bank on. For the offense, it's sophomore wide receiver Keith Bebout, averaging 17 yards per reception, 7 receiving touchdowns. 69 yard is his long reception, and he has 3 100-plus receiving yard games. And senior running back Joey Muscadri, he's been explosive this year. 128 rushes for 1,041 yards, 13 running touchdowns, 89 is his longest run, 102 yards per game, 4 100-plus games, and even 1 200-plus yard game. And on the defensive end, it's the freshman inside linebacker Jake Hurst, 106 total tackles, 47 solos, and 3 sacks. And then junior strong safety Mac DeLong with 4 interceptions and 82 yards on the return. Mac DeLong is out for this game.
We're going to have to keep that defense on their toes. I think if we're going to be successful tonight, you mentioned them a little bit in those stats, that Kid Lightning is going to have a big game. He's going to have to show off his speed and hopefully his ability to jump and catch the ball and keep the defense honest so that Joey can run up the middle and get some runnage, as you say.
Some runnage, indeed. And as we were filming the pregame interviews for both of us, for both the away coach and the home coach, which will be put on the Twitter and Instagram accounts for the M.I.B.N. later tonight, we also got to see Kid Lightning snag a one-hander from Logan Hurst in the pregame. So clearly he's ready to receive like an all-star this week in this game. And let's see if St. Henry can do anything to stop him.
Well, Caleb, I hate to be the guy to tell you this, but I just got some bad news. Joey Muscadri will not be playing tonight. He's out of the lineup for the evening.
Wow, that is certainly a big blow for the Indians.
So number 22 is going to be missed tonight. I know his grandparents and his aunt and uncle back in New York are probably listening. So I hate to tell you, but he will be out of the game for this evening. I see him down there jumping around. So he looks healthy, but will not be playing for tonight. Actually, not jumping. That was kicks, but is not going to be in the lineup this evening. So a big loss for the Indians.
And so that'll put a big responsibility on the freshman running back, or the sophomore running back, Gabe Chandler, number 29. He's going to have a lot to bear with that Muscadri being out.
That's right. Is that who is going to fill in for him? Chase is out, correct?
Yes.
So we've got Joey is out and Chase is out, and so Gabe will be the Gabe and Jake Hurst will probably be handling the ball most of the evening. Would that be correct?
Yes, and we're going to get ready to kick it away. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after kickoff. This is the M.I.B.N's coverage of the Mechanicsburg Indians versus St. Henry Redskins, presented by Blue Line Inks. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. And we're back and ready. St. Henry is going to kick it off first. It's a low, long kick that is dropped by the receiver for the Indians, number 8, Frank Magyar, and he's brought down at the 20 by a swarm of Redskins, and they're going to set up in deep in the own Indians territory, 1st and 10 for Mechanicsburg. And we mentioned it in our pregame interview, but the only other time that St. Henry has played Mechanicsburg was in the 2000 Division IV semifinals for the region, where actually the lead scorer and rebounder was Kurt Forrest. Logan Hurst in the shotgun. Colin Hartley has some confusion about where to line up, but they've got trips receivers to the left, and it's going to be a timeout for Mechanicsburg. That is early, and you do not want to use one that early, so that might come back to be costly. Only time will tell. And it looks like Joey's coming in. Joey Muscadri is in the huddle, getting talked to by Coach Forrest. No, he's coming back out onto the sideline. And number 10, Aaron Conley, is coming in. We don't know if Aaron Conley is going to run the ball. He's been one heck of a runner. Even if he's not, at the quarterback position, he's had a couple great scrambles.
So we'll have to see if that ends up being the case with Joey not playing tonight. It looked like he was in there, and then, like you said, Coach pulled him out. So we'll see what they're ended up doing here. He's on the sidelines for now, though. So.
And Aaron Conley comes out. They've got twin receivers, near side and far side. On the far side, it's Frank Magyar and Noah Wolf, number 20. Hartley and Beebout on the near side. Hurst in shotgun, doesn't like what he sees, calls an audible. Good snap and a flag called before this play goes anywhere. Looks like it's going to be an illegal procedure on the Indians. That's going to back them up a little bit. Set them up on the 15-yard line, still 1st and 10. 1st and 15.
Not the way you want to start out, but we'll retool and we'll get it together here.
First an early timeout and then a penalty. Not the way anybody wants to start, but in comes freshman Aaron Conley to command the offense. He's got, is that Joey? He's got number 22, Joey Muscadri, to his left, lined up in running back. And it's a fake handoff pass to Keith Beebout, caught on the near side sideline.
Remained in bounds, so the clock's going to keep going. But that's good to get Beebout in the lineup early on.
They line that one up at the 18-yard line. 2nd and 8 for the Indians. And Logan Hurst comes back into this game. Man, it is very beneficial for the Indians that they can keep popping in quarterbacks like this. And Joey Muscadri comes out. His replacement is Gabe Chandler. And it's another play action, but they're going to leave it with the running back as it gets across the 30-yard line. That's going to be a 1st down for the Indians.
We like to move the chains early on.
Already getting some of that momentum back, showing St. Henry that they're not going to be demoralized in this one. And the clock continues to run, 11 minutes right now. Jake Teal is the center.
Big
Jake Teal.
Big Jake Teal. Make no mistake. Big Jake Teal has started every game here as center for us, number 73. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with tonight on that front line.
Logan Hurst in the shotgun. Jake Hurst to his left at running back. Near side receiver is Keith Beebout. It's a handoff up the middle. Gain of about 2 or 3, it looks like. And that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Number 33, Jake Hurst, the ball carrier, pick up a 4.
And Jake Hurst, it looks like, is going to be the replacement running back for Joey. Not Gabe Chandler, as we had speculated. Redskins look to be showing a blitz as Aaron Conley comes into the huddle to command his troops. And they break huddle. Big Jake Teal comes up at center. Conley remains in shotgun. Hurst is the running back, near side receiver, still Bebout. Fake handoff, pulls, no, it is actually a handoff, and it's going to be dropped in the back for a loss of one. A whole swarm of Redskins were on that one, making sure it didn't go anywhere. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7 for the Indians.
I think we were fortunate not to fumble that one. Quarterback was given it to the running back at the same time that those defensive linemen were breaking through and tackling them all at the same time. So fortunate to keep the ball on that one there, Caleb.
Aaron Conley remains in at quarterback as he goes into the huddle. Break huddle, stay in the famous shotgun formation. Kicks Teal is the tight end, lined up on the near side. Bebout still your receiver. Jake Hurst at the running back. Takes a snap, still hand off to Jake Hurst. Jake Hurst around the far side, gains of about 5. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Indians. Can't quite get enough for the first down.
Only about 4th and 3.
And they're going to send in the punt team, and they're going to kick this one away. After a 3-and-out, Danny Muscadri comes in. Danny Muscadri has been a reliable kicker for the Indians, and let's see if he can boot this one deep into Redskin territory. He's lined up at the 25. Snap is high, and the kick is low. Gets a friendly bounce to the 30. And will be returned. And that is a hard hit to the far side at the 40-yard line is where the Redskins will set up shop. 1st and 10 for them in their own territory.
That was a high kick. Danny was good to get it off before too many of those Redskins broke through the line and gave him any troubles with blocking it. So good job on the freshman kicker just to get that one off under some pressure. So. And
the senior quarterback, Sam Layfeld, will be commanding the offense. The running back, the infamous running back of Nykamp, leading the MAC conference in rushing yards, rushing touchdowns, and overall scoring, is his running back. Trips receivers to the near side, and it's just a dump out to number 8, Ethan Thyman, and he gains about 2.
Number 6, Sam LaFell.
Well, it's just like a little screen play on the near side there, and fortunately was protected pretty well here by the defense.
And it's
Sniff
smart,
that one out.
Smart to show not a run play, to show that they can pass and run it at the same time. The Indians certainly preparing for a running attack from the Redskins, but they're showing both pass and run. Shotgun, wide receivers, both left and right. There's the handoff to Nykamp. And that one's about 6 on the play, just shy of midfield. Brings up 3rd down.
Tristan Hall broke through the line there, had him in the backfield, went to grab for the ball instead of the carrier. Almost had a strip, but unfortunately wasn't able to take him down and nor get the ball. So just a couple gain of a few yards there, and we'll set up for 3rd and 3.
And here it go again in the I formation under center. Is the handoff to Niekamp. He's across the 50 for the first down to about the 53.
Caleb, we got some big boys on the St. Henry side.
And they just send him up the middle right there. Niekamp's going to have that all day long if the Indians don't D him up more tightly. There are some big guys at the line on both sides, including on the far side, tight end, number 78 for the Redskins. Looks like a force to be reckoned with. Shotgun, lone receiver is going to go out for a screen pass, number 21. He's got a lot of room until he's brought down by Aaron Conley on the far side, close to the 30-yard line of the Indians. That's enough for a first down and change for the Redskins, and certainly not something you want to give up if you're Mechanicsburg. The clock will run under 7 minutes right now.
Caleb, that number 78 that you mentioned, he is a big boy. He's 6'7", 305. Caden Niekamp. Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Man, the Niekamps are going to be ones to stop. One receiver near side. I formation. The handoff up the middle. It's just a dive. Gains 2. Second down.
But 78 reminds me of what's the movie where they got the big guy who ended up Michael Orr.
It's The Blind Side.
The Blind
Michael
Side.
Orr.
That's exactly what he was. It's exactly what those for those of you that aren't here tonight and you're just listening via YouTube channel. That's exactly what we're looking at here.
Hopefully he doesn't take us all the way to the bus like Michael Orr does. I formation again. Receiver far side and near side. Takes a snap. Looks handoff. Looks to pass. Caught over the middle. That's number 2, Jay Napke. And it looks like it's enough for a first down at the 20-yard line. And they will move the chains. 1st and 10 into the Village Pharmacy red zone.
Was that Logan Hurst or is that Maggie our side over there, Caleb?
That was Magyar over there.
Magyar
Our
side,
starting
almost.
line, defensive line, number 50, Tristan Hall at tackle, and number 51, Caden Coleman at tackle. Nose guard is Chad Deere, number 58, and the end is number 28, Kix Teal. I formation. Handoff right up the middle. He's got room. Number 21, Jared Fishbaugh is the runner. And that is good for a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 brought up at the 15-yard line with 5:20 left in the first quarter.
You know, only one really big play so far. The other ones have just been, chunking away at some yards, 5, 6 yards, maybe at the most here and there. So right off the bat, Indians not doing too bad of a job on defense.
Same I formation, one receiver far to the near side. It's a pitch to number 22, Zach Niekamp. He's along the sideline, and he stumbles in for a touchdown. 15-yard score for St. Henry, and they're on the board first with 6.
I think I spoke too soon.
Zach Niekamp, the exact guy that the Indians were instructed to warned about, ends up giving the St. Henry Redskins 6, and their student section is loving it. Lined up for the extra point is number 8, Ethan Thiemann. Going to kick. Number 10, Mark Seifring is the holder. Lines up in. So they will kick it again. Thiemann back to try. Same penalty called as Keith Bebout is trying to blitz the near side end. Same call. You got to wonder if they're going to try to kick it again or not.
All right, they're just going to take the extra point and get out of there.
No, they're going to go for a 2-point conversion. I don't mean to correct you. They're going to go for 2 on this play. Make the Indians really have a costly series of penalties on that last possession. And they line up the same I formation. Number 8, Thiemann is the receiver to the near side. The handoff to Niekamp up the middle, and he stumbles into the end zone for the 2. 8-0 is your score. The Mechanicsburg Indians down to St. Henry in the round 1 of the Region 24 Division 6 playoff. You're watching the M.I.B.N's broadcast of this game, brought to you by Blue Line Inks. We're going to step aside for a minute, but don't you go anywhere. We'll be back shortly. And Mechanicsburg is back in, going to receive the kick from Thiemann. That was a incredible series brought to you by the Redskins, as the Redskins are now up 8-0 over Mechanicsburg at the Mechanicsburg home field at Indian Stadium. Very impressive how they were able to get down the field, running and passing through the Redskins. Low kick right on the ground, fielded by number 21, Keith Bebout, and he's going to get to the 25-yard line, where the Indians will set up their second series of the evening.
Hey, good field position on each of these starts for the Indians. Hopefully this time we can keep it together and not have a penalty right off the bat and start moving the ball again like we did on that last drive.
Yes, last time there was a series of penalties that cost the Indians the ball, ended up having to punt it away. Hopefully they'll turn this one into points, however. They're going to need to get back at that 8-point deficit that they are now suffering from. They break huddle. offensive line finds their spots. Jake Teal has shifted over to center. Shotgun, Logan Hurst in the backfield. Jake Hurst remains the running back, and it's going to be Hurst across the middle to the 30-yard line. Gain of 5. And that'll bring up second down and 8. They're going to call it a 2-yard gain to the 29 with 4:30 to go. And Aaron Conley comes in. Logan Hurst steps out for a moment. Frank Magyar goes to the far side, senior receiver, accompanied by junior receiver Noah Wolf. Your near side receivers, Jake Hurst and Keith Bebout, freshman and sophomore respectively. Aaron Conley in the shotgun, and that's batted down. The pass is batted down by number 22, Zach Niekamp, and he is all over the Indians this game with that rushing touchdown and batting down the pass. Brings up 3rd and 8 from the same spot.
This whole Redskin lineup is just slathered with kids that are 5'11" and taller. I see 6'2", 6'3", 6'1" multiple times. This is going to be a big challenge for the Indians all throughout the night, handling these bigger, taller.
Rick's receiver, they bring far side. They bring in Keith Bebout and Frank Magyar. They bring him further in. It's going to be a handoff to Jake Hurst across the near side. He's dancing around and gets to just shy of the 40-yard line, stumbling for a first down for Mechanicsburg. And that certainly brings some life into this offense.
Moving the chains, Caleb. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to continue to do all night.
Visibly excited right now. Everyone's jumping around on the offensive end. Aaron Conley will remain quarterback. Comes in, gives the play. Indians break huddle. Line comes to the line of scrimmage, led by big Jake Teal. Jake Hurst lines up on the near side tight end next to Kix Teal. Trips receivers in staggered formation on the far side, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper for Aaron Conley. Tries to go back to the middle, but doesn't gain much, if anything, a yard, and that'll bring up second down. And we mentioned it earlier, Aaron Conley, a big rushing part of this offense. We just saw it right there. Maybe we'll see it more, maybe we won't, but that was a big hit on their quarterback. I don't know if they'll risk it again.
We got 2nd and 8 on the 42 there, looks like, Caleb.
Indeed it is. Logan Hurst back in. Jake Hurst to his right. 2 receivers far side close to the line of scrimmage, and it stumbles. It's a handoff to Jake Hurst. He stumbles for a bit. Still spins for multiple yards after contact across the 50 to the 52, and that'll move the chains for the Indians. What a play. Keeps his legs moving, spinning, dodging defenders as best he can, and is brought down at the 51 into Redskins territory, and this is looking like it's going to be a scoring drive. I don't mean to jinx them, but it looks like we're going to get points on this one. Just call it a gut feeling. Near side is Keith Bebout in the shotgun. Jake Hurst. It's fumbled in the backfield by Aaron Conley. Loss of 2 on that play. And that'll bring up second down and 12, it looks like.
He was running without the ball on that one. It's a little bit of nerves, a little bit of inexperience, but thankfully he had his head on his shoulders and fell on the ball and just took the loss, but kept the ball. So
and reasonable to have nerves. Both teams have the same record of 8-2 and 5-2 in their respective conferences. So even matchup right here. You got to be nervous. Logan Hurst in the shotgun. Jake Hurst still left to his right. Bebout and Noah Wolf are to the far side. And after some blocking, he's still up. Jake Hurst on the carry to the near side around the end. He gets about 5 across to the almost 45-yard line of the Redskins. 46 is where they're going to put it.
He was stopped behind a pile of Indians and Redskins and bounced around behind them and came out towards the near side here and was able to pick up 5 yards on that one. So we're looking at 3rd and 7 now at the 46. This is positive.
Well, I know we saw a great block on this near side by Kix Teal, and that's what freed him up to get those yards after the play, or those extra dose of runnage. Aaron Conley is your quarterback in the shotgun. It's a pull handoff, and it's overthrown to Bebout, incomplete. They were going to go for a play action, but they stumbled on the handoff, which led to the snap being over his head and out of the reach of Keith Bebout. And that's going to bring up 4th and 7.
It wasn't the prettiest execution I've ever seen, but again, we're past the 50-yard line on this one. I think each time we've had the ball, we're getting a little bit further and further into Redskin territory.
And I stand corrected. This is going to be a punt, not a touchdown or an extra point. This is going to be a punt from Danny Muscadri. Good snap. Kicks
Good punt.
It. Nice punt. Pins him at the 12-yard line. And St. Henry's going to start deep in their own territory. What a kick from Muscadri. High and long, pinning him deep.
Now, this is going to be the Justin Yoon of Mechanicsburg right here. He's freshman. He's doing a great job with his punting. He's doing a wonderful job with the field goals and the extra points. So very fortunate to have him for 4 full years here at Mechanicsburg.
For those of you that don't have the privilege of being a Notre Dame fan, that is the kicker, the senior kicker for the Irish, who is now leading Notre Dame in points. I formation. The handoff, no, it's a pass. Caught and dropped. He almost had the reception. Number 21, Jared Fishbaugh, almost had it, and that looked like it was going to go for a long while, but he dropped it.
He had some space in front of him and a couple blockers, so fortunately that was a drop, and we're gonna go back to second down.
And the clock stops with just under 45 seconds. Just under 45 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Layfield breaks huddle. Lines up in the I formation. One receiver far to the far side. They bring number 8 in motion. And it's a toss to Niekamp. Niekamp cuts upfield, and he's brought down just shy of the 40-yard line, of the 20-yard line.
You know, Kehl, we talked about number 78, Caden Niekamp, being at 6'7". You look on the other side of that line, and they have a guy, Sam Hardings, number 86, who is 6'6". So if you guys think that we're joking out there, these are some pretty big bookends on that offensive line. So
Somebody call timeout? What's going on? 12 seconds.
And it looks like they're going to run the clock down, and that's going to end our first quarter. Your score, 8-0. The St. Henry Redskins on top of the Mechanicsburg Indians. Hopefully that doesn't last for long, and the Indians are able to come back. You're watching the Mechanicsburg Indians Broadcasting Network coverage of Division 6, Region 24 high school playoffs, brought to you by Blue Line Inks. Stay tuned, everybody.
that doesn't mean I'm a Browns fan. So.
And we're going to bring up a couple of our need-to-know facts presented by Pizza Alley. This is Mechanicsburg's 15th trip to the playoffs in school history. And the only other time that St. Henry played Mechanicsburg was in the 2000 Division 4 regional semifinal, where Coach Forrest of the Indians was the lead scorer and rebounder. But right now, we're back to football. The Redskins deep in their own territory, on the 17-yard line. It's going to be a pass from LaFeld. He goes across to a halfway screen to Niekamp, and he's brought down just shy of the yard of scrimmage. Might be a loss of yardage on that play. Great job from the Indians defense swarming to that ball and not letting it go for any yardage. And it's 4th down and 9 for the Redskins. It looks like they're going to punt it. They're certainly in punting formation.
Yeah, this is going to be a 3-and-out for him. I'm liking this, Caleb. This is good. This is good stuff here. He's sitting back, standing back. The punter's on the goal line.
And there's the punt. It's high and long. Bebout's looking to return this, but he gets to the 45. He's brought down 3 yards back. by the Redskins. Took a hard hit right there, but is able to get up from it. And this is where the Indians are going to set up. They've had 2 empty possessions, but both times they've had the ball, they've gotten further down the field. So it's looking positive for the Indians. Hopefully they can turn this one into points. Frank Magyar and Noah Wolf come out. Colin Hartley comes in. And number 6, Austin Parsons comes in. Logan Hurst is your quarterback. Shotgun formation for the Indians. Jake Hurst lines up like a tight end. On the far side, it's Keith Bebout in the receiver line. Hurst takes the snap, looks to throw. Looking for Bebout.
Got him open.
Out of his hands. Just out of the tips of Bebout, incomplete. Brings up 2nd down from the same spot for the Indians.
Just a little bit outside of his reach. Took a nice dive along the far side there, just off the fingertips. Boy, that would have been nice. That would have gone for a solid 20-yard gain right there. But we'll reset at the 46 for 2nd and 10 here.
And Aaron Conley and Noah Wolf come back in. Number 6, Austin Parsons checks out. And Logan Hurst comes out for a little bit. Indians break huddle. Trot to the line. Keith Bebout in the back, lined up like a receiver. Moves to the far side. It's a handoff to Jake Hurst right up the middle. Gets nowhere. Gain of 1, if any. 3rd down for the Indians. 3rd and 9 from their own 47. It looks like this is going to be a 3-and-out, but hopefully they can get a 4th down conversion, or 3rd down conversion right here.
You got to think a little bit more positive than that.
I know.
No 3-and-out.
I'm letting this 8-0 get to me. I shouldn't be. We've come back from worse, I believe.
There we go.
And here comes Logan Hurst in. I'm a Browns fan. I should know that we can come back from this in any scenario of the game. They break huddle. Logan Hurst instructing Jake Hurst on where he wants him to run. Hurst lines up to his right side. Bebout is the near side receiver, line back with Noah Wolf. Shotgun snap, back, looking to throw. Goes across the middle, and it's overthrown to Kehl. Was the intended receiver, the tight end, and it's incomplete, and they're going to bring out the punting team. And looks like as much as I did not want that outcome to come true, it is going to be a 3-and-out.
Well, we had Kehl out here in the flats on the near side open, had some room in front of him, just one defender over here, just couldn't connect, or else we probably would have picked up a 1st down on that one. But ifs, ands, and buts for candy and nuts, whole world would be a lot sweeter. Right, Caleb?
Exactly. Danny Muscadri looking to punt. Another nice punt, high and long. And they're going to let this one roll to just behind the 20-yard line of the Redskins. And that's where St. Henry will set up shop, looking to check in on their first drive, where they scored 8 points after the 2 PAT attempts were called back.
They're going to put the ball down go ahead.
Due to a foul from the Indians.
They're going to put the ball down at the 17-yard line and give the Redskins a decent starting field position here, but we'll see if we can't get another 3-and-out with the Indians' defense.
Lefelden I formation. Number 2, Jay Napke is your near side receiver. Sends a man in motion. Handoff up the middle to Zach Niekamp. He's looking for room, doesn't find any. Gains 2 on the play. The Indians swarmed him. And let's take this moment to let you know your Indians starters on the defensive side. We already mentioned your defensive starting line of Hall, Deere, Coleman, and Teal. Your strong safety is Noah Wolf. Inside linebacker Jake Hurst and Jaron Patterson. Outside linebacker Joey Muscadri. Your cornerbacks are number 3 Logan Hurst, number 8 Frank Magyar, and the free safety is number 21 Keith Kid Lightning Bebout. And they're lined up shotgun formation, 2 receivers near side. Throws across the middle, caught and brought down hard. Zach Niekamp comes down with it, and he's coming up, shaken up by that hit from it looked like number 10, Aaron Conley, just shy of the 1st down. 2 to go, it looks like. 1 to go. Third and 1 is the call right now for St. Henry. And that was a bone-shaking hit.
Yeah, that was a nice stick on the far side there by AC.
Frank Magyar moves in to cover the 1 near side receiver. Shotgun in the Formation, it's a handoff up the middle to Zach Niekamp. Keeps his legs pumping for a first down and more across the 30-yard line. And that'll move the chains for the Redskins.
Well, they're getting a little bit of momentum here, but again, these smaller gains are a little bit better for the Indians' morale. Definitely outweighed, outsized on the defensive line versus their offensive line, without a doubt, but a lot of power on that defense, so going to be a good one.
I formation with that lone near side receiver. Handoff up the middle to Zach Niekamp again, and that one's going to get 2 or 3, brings up second down from just shy of the 35-yard line.
That's Zach Niekamp coming in at 6'1", 195. I'm telling you, folks, these are some big boys here. Could not be prouder of the Indians as to how well they're handling them this far in the first half.
And the Redskins break huddle, come to the line. They look like they're in a hurried-up formation, I formation with the single receiver to the far side, and they get the Indians to jump, but there's no flag. And the quarterback changes up what he wants to do, gets a pitch to Niekamp, and Niekamp's got a long room on the far side.
No.
He's gone. 40, 30, 10, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Zach Niekamp of the Redskins, and he's in the end zone for 6, surrounded by his Redskin buddies, and they're celebrating a touchdown. Man, he broke that far side, had nobody within 40 yards of him, and just took off.
Boy, that was just a nice little pitch to the far side, and he went through that far sideline untouched all the way. He really put on the Jets on that one. I'm gonna stop commenting on how they're only getting small yardage on us. I think each time I've said that they've gone for a touchdown. So no more.
Here's number 8, Jake Thiemann. Snap back, kick is up, and it's good right through the middle into the band section of St. Henry. And that's going to put it to 15-0. St. Henry Redskins on top of the Mechanicsburg Indians. And we're going to take this moment to give an announcement to one of our amazing sponsors, Blue Line Inks. The people at Blue Line Inks create the M.I.B.N. apparel that our broadcasters wear. They can embroider any clothing apparel you need, jackets, coats, T-shirts, sweatshirts. I know it's getting colder, so we have a couple coats coming in from them. They're going to be really high quality. Anything you need, you name it. Go to BlueLineInks.com and check them out today.
Thanks again to Brother John, Kicks, and Big Jake for the guys behind all that fine clothing and hard work to get those shirts and apparel done for not only the M.I.B.N. but for all the sports teams here at Mechanicsburg.
And now the Indians line up to receive the kickoff from the Redskins. Man, they got to be tired of receiving these kickoffs after score drives. 2 already in the first 3 possessions that the Redskins have had the ball. And there's a deep kick.
We got some
and
flags.
We've already got a flag on the field, a little bit of laundry dropped on the field, and then we're going to see what the refs call it.
Offsides.
Offsides on the offense. Encroachment is what I believe it really is. Looks like. And that'll be a 5-yard penalty added on to the kickoff. So now they're going to kick from the 35-yard line of their own territory. Number 48, Logan Lefeld, is your kicker for the St. Henry Redskins. And he lines up. Another deep kick. This one's going to be returned by Jake Hurst, number 33, and he's up the middle. He's got a little bit of room, and he's past the 40-yard line, almost to the 45. Sets up a great field position for the Indians. And man, it looked like he was going to break free. He had 2 or 3 guys to beat, and he would have been gone, taken it to the house.
You know, Jake's really stepping up here. He's understanding that the senior running back, Joey Moscadra, is not able to come through tonight. So it looks like Jake's trying to make a statement here and say, hey, I got you. I'm your man. We'll be okay.
And here comes Logan Hurst in to command this offense through their 3rd possession of the game. Their fourth possession of the game. Logan Hurst in shotgun. Jake Hurst to his right. Keith Bebout is a near side receiver. No one lined up on the far side but the tight ends. Logan Hurst, a quarterback keep, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1 or 2 on that play, and that is not how you want to start this drive off.
Number 50, number 72, and number 67 all rushed through that offensive line almost untouched and just took Logan for a loss there. But we're going to regroup, 2nd and 11, so not a huge loss. That one's going to leave a mark, though.
Absolutely it will. Aaron Conley comes in at quarterback. Logan Hurst steps out to take a breather. Your wide receivers to the far side. Noah Wolf and Keith Bebout. Aaron Conley behind in the shotgun. Looks halfback screen.
That's a fumble.
Halfback screen to Keith Bebout, and he drops it, and it looks like it's recovered by St. Henry. A fumble recovered by the Redskins at the 35-yard line of the Indians' territory, and that's going to be a big loss for the Indians. Now St. Henry has the ball deep in enemy territory.
Tried to do a quick screen of the far side, and being behind the line of scrimmage, he fumbled the ball. We tried to jump on it. We just couldn't get a hold of it, and St. Henry's was there. So they're going to start off here at the 35-yard line with the ball.
And it's in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers near side. Looking to throw. Connects over the middle. No, it's dropped. It's dropped. The hit from Bebout.
Almost
dropped
intercepted.
Almost picked it off, but not quite. Still bats it down, incomplete for the Redskins. 2nd and 10.
That was in his hands, Caleb. In his hands. That should have been a quick reverse of the ball there, but we'll line up 2nd and 10 and go at it again.
Shotgun formation, twin running backs to his right and left, and that's going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle from Sam LaFeld. Gain of 3 or 4, it looks like, from here. 3rd down and 6 is what they're going to call it on the 31-yard line.
3rd down and 6, Redskins.
Logan Layfield's still in there at quarterback. Someone comes in to tell him his coach's orders. They got Niekamp lined up in the backfield behind him. I formation, lone receiver to the near side. Takes a snap, pitch to Niekamp. Niekamp cutting up, dodging defenders, lowers his shoulder, and gets across the 40-yard line, 35 to the 30. And he's brought down at the 29-yard line of Mechanicsburg. 4th down and 4 is what they're going to call it. And it looks like the offense for the Redskins is going to stay on the field. No punt team this time.
We appreciate everybody out there watching, or not watching, but listening in and watching the scoreboard on the M.I.B.N. YouTube network there. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We got up to 16 people there watching. So watching and listening to you. They're big soup.
We thank you for everybody that's listening, indeed. 2 receivers near side. Caught over the middle. Niekamp from LaFeld. And Niekamp has got a lot of yardage after the play. Gets to the 20-yard line. All the way to the 10 is where he's going to stop.
Looks like we had a missed tackle by Jake Hurst there. Would have stopped him for maybe about a 5-6 yard gain at the most, but couldn't bring him down, and picked up another 6 or 7 after that.
And Jake Hurst right now has set the freshman record for tackles, beating 95. He has 106 going into this game. We don't know how many he has now, but we'll rely on our stat guy, Dave Dingy, at the end of this game. I formation, 1 receiver to the near side. Drops back, looks to pass, throws across to Zach Niekamp. Nobody's there. He's going to walk into the end zone. Another touchdown for St. Henry.
Rolled out to the near side and stopped, turned his shoulders, and it was a St. Henry's receiver and nobody else on the far side. So he was able to walk that one in, unfortunately. 21-0. Looking for an extra point here from St. Henry's.
21-0 is your score. Here comes the PAT from number 8, Ethan Thiemann. He's lined up. Everyone's lined up. Again, the Indians bring everyone in the kitchen sink. The snap's back. They're going to fake it. It's a 2-point conversion. They faked it. Pass is caught in the end zone.
That's it.
Caught for the 2-pointer, and that's going to put it to 23-0 in favor of St. Henry.
If you're looking for a positive out of that, that was not an easy one for him. The ball could not have been placed anywhere but where it was. It was about a foot off the ground. The receiver was falling as he caught it in the end zone, and it was well covered. So I will give him that.
Man, they faked everybody and their mother on that one.
Keep the faith, Indian Nation. I guarantee Coach Forrest is not going to give up on neither of these Indians. So
he's going to give one of his famous and inspiring talks at halftime to get these Indians back into it. Halftime, like we said, only 4 minutes and 23 seconds away. And we're going to take this time to shout out another one of our sponsors, Mixins and Fixins. Do you have a hunger for some delicious country-style cooking? Then go to Mixins and Fixins Country Restaurant in downtown Mechanicsburg. It's really great. I know we've filmed one of our Order Up episodes on our YouTube channel. Make sure to check that out after you're done watching this game there. The food is always good, and speaking of good, we're hoping this next Indians possession can be good.
We're hoping it's going to be great.
Indeed, we are hoping it's great. High, short kick, fielded by Keith Bebout. Bebout's got some room. He dances his way to the 35-yard line and sets up the Indians in stellar field position. Hopefully they can cash in on this one and turn it into points again.
Kehl, I'll tell you what, we haven't had bad field position, so where we started has been great each possession, and this one's definitely included in that. So ball in the 33, it's time to make something happen. We got to put some points on the board going into half here.
Indeed, and the quarterback that's going to try to lead them to points is Logan Hurst right now. Keith Bebout is your near side receiver. No one lined up to the far side but the tight end, Keith Bebout. One receiver dropped back. That's Jake Hurst lined up right across from his quarterback. It's going to be a fake handoff across the middle. Keith Bebout can't hold on to it. Would have been complete across the 40-yard line, but that one is dropped and incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line for Mechanicsburg.
Throw was a little behind him, but absolutely catchable without a doubt. Should have been caught. No excuses there, but a little bit more appropriately placed ball, and it would have been a little bit easier for the young lad. We'll line up again on the 33 for 2nd and 10, though, and see if we can't connect here.
Shotgun formation. Keith Bebout still your receiver. Jake Hurst lines up right beside Keith Bebout at the tight end. Noah Wolf looks like your tight end on the far side. Takes a snap, shotgun, looking, throws deep to Bebout. He's got Bebout. He's got Bebout across the 30-yard line. That's caught.
There we go.
Dropped down at the 33. And that is a great pass that the Indians really needed to bring some momentum into this offense. And Keith Bebout, Kid Lightning, comes up big.
Boy, for those of you that aren't here, he put the afterburners on and had about 3 steps ahead of him. Beautifully placed ball. Could not have been a better combination. Let's see if we can capitalize on this, Caleb.
And this is 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Logan Hurst comes in at quarterback. Jake Hurst is the only halfback in the backfield. He's got 2 receivers. Looks like a halfback screen. No, they're going to throw it again over the middle to Keith Bebout, and they call 2nd down.
Calling it a catch.
Caught. They call it a reception. He had to dive to the turf for that one. But it ends up coming in good for the Indians.
We're a little shielded on that, so weren't sure there if it was a reception or not, but that was good. That was good for 7. 2nd and 3.
Not 7 points, sadly, but 7 yards indeed. Aaron Conley is your quarterback. Bebout on the far side. Jake Hurst is also lined up on the tight end on the far side. Shotgun, they're going to keep it with Conley, and Conley's brought down in the back by Zach Niekamp, shy of the 25-yard line.
Folks, number 22 came from the far side and was so quick he caught the quarterback, Aaron Conley, from behind before he reached the line of scrimmage. That was impressive right there.
Well, the Indians now in their formation, in the huddle right now. Aaron Conley is your quarterback. Remains in. Noah Wolf goes to the near side. Lined up just inside the tight end, Colin Hartley. Hurst it to the right. Keith Bebout is on the near side, is on the far side. Shotgun snap, looks to pass, looking for Bebout, throws it long, and that's going to be picked off, it looks like. Picked off in the end zone. That's going to be a touchback. And that's the first turnover for Mechanicsburg, or for anybody for that matter. And it could not have come at a worse time for the Indians.
Well, they had Kid Lightning open. There's no doubt about it. He was open, but the ball was placed about 8 yards to the right, where Kid Lightning was not. So just did not have a chance at that one at all. Was thrown right to the defender there, and the Redskins are going to line up at the 20 here, 1st and 10.
And the Redskins are going to start deep within the Village Pharmacy red zone at the 20-yard line. Redskins in a 2-receiver formation. Looks like it's going to be a halfback screen across the middle. The ball comes loose! The ball comes loose! And it's recovered by the Indians. Fumble!
Was that Magyar?
And just like that, Frank Magyar gets the Indians back into this game. And there's a flag on the play. I'm pretty sure they're going to call me for voice cracking, but I was excited on that play. Holding on the Redskins. That's going to stay with the Indians.
Boy, a heck of a stick on that to cause that ball to come out and fumble on the near side here. That was phenomenal.
Frank Magyar had the recovery. I believe he kept in on the hit, too. Jars the ball loose.
I didn't see the hit. I didn't see who actually made that hit, but Magyar came out with it, and here we go, 1st and 10 from the 22.
Logan Hurst is the shotgun. Jake Hurst to the left. Now to the right. Change direction. Keith Bebout, near side receiver. Snap is back. Looking to pass.
He's open.
Deep ball to Noah Wolf, thrown out of bounds. Intended receiver was Kehl.
Again, Kehl was open, had about 5 yards of green all around him without a defender, but ball was thrown out of bounds, uncatchable. So we'll line up 2nd and 10 on the 22. And hey, for what it's worth, seeing as the folks out there listening to us can't see what's going on, I'm going to say that was Jake Teal on the hit. I'm going to give that hit to Jake Teal. And everybody listening won't know that it really wasn't him because they didn't see it.
Shotgun formation. Aaron Conley is in at quarterback. He drops back, looks to pass. He's got Keith open. No, he's going to keep it himself. Gains maybe 2. Can't quite get to the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 3rd down, it looks like. Yes, 3rd down and negative yardage. 13 to go for the Indians.
We can't stall here. We need some positive yardage. If we're going to kick a field goal, we've got to get closer. But we really need to pick up a 1st down here, Caleb. If not a big chunky yardage at least.
Aaron Conley and Noah Wolf come out. Logan Hurst and Ariston Parsons come in.
Is it time for some runnage?
It's time to get a lot of runnage, preferably a lot of passage too. So 2 receivers in the near side, 1 lined up to the far side. Hurst takes the snap, hands off to. They're gonna throw a Philly special, and it's to Logan Hurst, but he does the splits after getting that catch. Gains a couple, but give credit to the Indians for calling a tricky play at this stage in the game. And that's going to bring up 4th down, and it looks like they're going to go for it right now.
Boy, for those of you that are listening out here, when Caleb said the splits, he was not kidding. Logan came around to the near side. Bebout stopped, turned his hips, and threw it over here, and Logan slipped and did the split. So the fact that he caught up and is okay is a good thing.
And the Indians looking urgently to score right now. Under a minute left to go in the half. Sends Bebout in motion, looking to throw. He's got pressure. He's getting rid of it, but he's tripped up. Aaron Conley is tripped up across the 40-yard line, and that's going to bring up a turnover on downs. The Redskins will have the ball with a little over 30 seconds left to go in this half. And, man, what a demoralizing series for the Indians. You had that one good play to Bebout and then can't convert it.
Well, give credit to the Redskins. They had all of our receivers covered. It was good defense. It's not as if we could have done anything different or anything better on that play. It was just solid defensive coverage for the Redskins.
I formation for the Redskins. LaFeld under center. Pitch to Zach Niekamp. Niekamp dancing on the near side. And he's tackled for a gain of 2 or 3 on that play.
Number 3, Logan Hurst hit him up right at the line, well, a couple yards into the line of scrimmage, and was the initial defender on the ball there.
And that's going to be our final play. It looks like everyone's going to trot off the field for that one. Letting the last 10 seconds run down. Your score going into the half, 23-0. The Mechanicsburg Indians trailing the St. Henry Redskins. But don't worry, anything can happen. I mean, in the third quarter, the Indians are very good right now, so anything can happen. Right now, the M.I.B.N. coverage of the Mechanicsburg Indians, St. Henry Redskins, playoff round 1 is now going to take a break for halftime. Stay tuned, everybody. And we've got a little under a minute to go until the start of the second half. Hello, everybody. This is Caleb Spinner with the Mechanicsburg Indians Broadcast Network. Alongside me tonight is Scott Spinner, my own father, and co-broadcaster for this evening. He's been with us a couple times, and we love having him in the booth with us.
Glad to be here. Very glad to be here.
So, kind of a one-sided first half. 23-0, the Redskins over the Indians, but anything can happen and bounce back. I mean, we have a handy-dandy little stat here, courtesy of Dave Dingy, our stat guy.
What is it,
It
Sue?
says
What
that
does it say?
Mechanicsburg has outscored their opponents in the third quarter 133-10
I
throughout
like
the
that.
season.
I like that. That gets me excited. That
So-
gets me excited.
So hopefully the numbers don't lie, and we're able to see that right now as Danny Muscadri gets ready to kick this away. The Indians elected to receive, and therefore the Redskins will receive the ball through the second half.
I think that stat should give a little faith for the Indian faithful out there. Pump them up and get excited for what's yet to come.
Oh, it absolutely should. Good kick, returned low, and they've got room brought down just shy of the 40-yard line. And that's where St. Henry will set up shop. 1st and 10. The same defense comes in for the Indians, same lineup. And it's still LaFeld at the quarterback position for the Redskins. He lines up in the I formation with the one receiver to the near side. Takes the snap from under center, hand off to Niekamp. Niekamp goes up the middle for 2 or 3, and he's brought down just past the line of scrimmage. 2nd down for the Redskins. And already it looks like we're limiting that run game. I mean, I know it's only the first play, but still limited that to 2 yards.
I'm not going to say anything because last couple times I've jinxed us.
Oh,
so.
yes, all right. Wasn't entirely your fault, but we're going to blame that on you. So, 2nd down from the same formation, except 2 receivers to the near side.
For those of you out there, it's 2nd and 7. We got 2nd and 3 on the scoreboard, but 2nd and 7.
Looking to pass, can't quite find a receiver he likes, but throws it across the middle to number 2, Jake Napke, and is brought down across the 40 of the Indians by number 51, Caden Coleman. And, man, he made something out of nothing on that play.
Well, he was wide open on the near side. And, again, these tall St. Henry athletes out here are going to make it difficult, especially on the wide receivers and the guys covering them.
Looked like it was number 2 on that reception, Jay Napke. He is 6'3", so very tall receiver. Bring in the near side receivers to line up by the tight end. Pitch to Niekamp, and Niekamp is shoved to the ground by number 50 for the Indians. That
50 and 56.
is number 56, Chad Deere, and number 50, Tristan Hall, on that play. And man, that was another big hit. We've seen a couple big hits today.
That was a nice hit. That was a nice wake-up call. Indians making sure that their presence is known.
2 big run plays in this possession already. Looks like they're going to try to limit that. Same formation with the Redskins. 1 receiver to the far side, 1 receiver near side. I formation. Looks to pass. LaFeld scanning the field. Throws it long to number 5.
He had him open. He's got him open for a reception down at the 5-yard line.
Dalen Froning all the way to the 5, and that has got to be gut-wrenching for the Indians. And they're already into the Village Pharmacy red zone. My goodness, that was quick.
That was not enjoyable to watch.
No, it was not. Well, I mean, it was if you're a Redskins fan, but 1 receiver near side, I formation. Under center is LaFeld. LaFeld, the pitch to Napke. And Niekamp is just across the 5, looks like to the 4. And that was a gain of 5. 2nd down and 4 at the 4-yard line. And, man, just pounding away at the defense. Slowly chipping away, looking to score again for the 4th time in this game. Napke is your far side receiver. Still I formation under center. Handoff up the middle. And that's a gain of 2 at most. Maybe even 1. That's going to bring up 3rd down for the Redskins. 3rd and 2 from the 2-yard line. And man, you gotta be crazy if you don't just punch this one up the middle.
Well, the defense is tired of being out there, and I think hopefully they want to make a statement here and limit St. Henry's to a field goal. That would be a moral victory at the very least, and limit the points to still something manageable for the third quarter.
Well, 2 times in this game, St. Henry's gone for 2, so they'll have to stay up for 2 more downs. But right now, Napke is still the receiver. He sends in motion, I formation. Under center, takes the snap, hands up to Niekamp, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown after a little extracurricular activity with Caden Coleman. And man, 29-0. Looks like they're gonna go for the PAT the way they're lining up with number 8, Ethan Thiemann into kick. He's already hit 1 today after the 2 attempts that he had earlier brought back in the first quarter by the penalties from the Indians, turned into a 2-point conversion with Thiemann still catching it. So here's the kick. Snaps back, hold is good, kick is up, and that is good too.
Plenty of yardage on that
Sails
one.
right into the band section for the Redskins, and that makes it 30-0 in favor of the Redskins. My goodness, just slowly chipped down the field. I believe 6 plays on that, all the way into the end zone.
He had that big pass to the right side that got him down to the 5. That was a gut wrencher, I think, as you called it, and took the wind out of their sails a little bit there.
The Redskins came in swinging, and at halftime, we're going to keep the foot on the pedal and not let up. Here comes number 48, Logan Lefeld, to kick this one away into the Indians. Receiving duo of Jake Hurst and Keith Bebout. You got 2 fast people back there to receive this kick. Hopefully we get a run back. We have yet to see one this year, but there's a first time for everything, as the saying goes.
We're going to need some crisp passes right on the mark to our receivers. I think we've got to open it up a lot more than we did in the first half with the passing coming here in the second half. But again, I've yet to coach 1 down of football in my life, so I'll leave the play calling up to Kurt.
Lefeld's high kick is fielded by Jake Hurst. Jake Hurst finds some daylight. He's drilled from the back, just shy of the 40-yard line at just about the 35, and that's where the Indians will set up shop. Again, good field position. We had a lot of it in the first half, and we're going to continue that trend right now. Good field possession at the 35, 36-yard line area. And it looks like Logan Hurst is going to command the first down for the second half of the Indians.
Yeah, you're right. We've always had good field position. It's just, this St. Henry's team, they are big. Again, folks, for those of you that can't see the game here, they are some big boys and definitely overmatched.
Shotgun formation, Bebout to the far side. Jake Hurst is the lone back. They give it to Jake Hurst. It looks like he's dragged down by his face mask. No flag. Gains 1 or 2, barely across the line of scrimmage. Second down for the Indians, nevertheless. And it looked like he went down hard, like he was dragged down almost. But there were a lot of bodies around there. I don't think they could see it.
There's some big boys out there. Second and 9, it looks like they're gonna give it.
Out comes Colin Hurst. In comes Frank Magyar, the senior receiver. He runs over to the far side. Far side receiver. He's joined by Noah Wolf. Noah Wolf just a little bit behind the line of scrimmage. Same place as Keith Bebout, only on the near side. Shotgun snap is low, but it's back, looking to throw.
Oh, boy.
And that's a pick from Jake Hurst. It was the intended receiver, and the receiver is still on the field. That was recepted by number 2, Jane Napke. And another demoralizing play against the Indians. You got to wonder how much fight this team has left in them.
I'm sure they have plenty. I never doubt that.
Knowing Coach Forrest, they do indeed. We talked with him again pregame, and he said that the team was ready and excited to get out here. Again, check those out after this broadcast. They'll be put on Twitter, on the M.I.B.N. Twitter and Instagram pages. But right now, we've got this live broadcast. The big boy, number 78, lined up on the tight end for the Redskins, I formation. The handoff, and that is a gain of 5 after being dragged down by his legs on that play to try to keep them from getting any more runnage, as we call it.
They went straight up the middle with that one, and were able to make a nice dent for 4 yards on that first down play there.
Number 9, KJ Jacobs, that's his first run of the night. Looks like they're going to try to get some other people besides Niekamp in here.
They've got a little bit of a comfort zone with being up 30. I'm sure they can rest some of the starters and get some more of the younger guys some experience here.
I formation. One receiver, far side and near side. It's a pitch to number 9, KJ Jacobs along the far side. He's got 5 more yards, and he's thrown out of bounds by the Indians defense. Hard to see who that was on the tackle, but anybody, thank you for knocking him out of bounds. He would have had a lot of room and might have led to the 5th score for the Indians, or the 6th score for the Redskins. And man, they are just plowing the ball up the middle for those runs, and it's just chipping away at the mental spirit of the Indians, but looking to stand strong right here. And remember, I did say 133-10, so there is some room for points to be earned there. I formation, twin receivers to the near side. It's a run to Jacobs. Jacobs is across the line to gain, and that's going to move the chains for the Redskins. First down, deeper into Indians territory they go.
This is tough. At some point in time, we just need to stop. We've got to stop them. We've got to get the ball back into our hands. We've got the receivers. We have the quarterbacks that can make it happen, but we can't do it without the ball. So I know the defense has been out there for a long time this evening, and it's tough. They're oversized, as we've said all night, but we need them to dig deep right here and get the offense off the field.
Dig deep is what they look like they're going to do. Twin formation receivers in the near side. I formation, pitch to Jacobs. Jacobs dancing around the backfield, gets up to the 3-yard gain, and he's brought down by a tribe of Indians on that play. 2nd and 7 is what they're going to call it. Gain of 3 officially. And yes, you're right. They're going to look for a big play on defense. Hopefully a pick or a pick 6 if we're shopping the wish list.
I'll take either one.
Redskins yet to commit to what they want to do, but they finally find it and break the huddle. Same 2 receivers to the near side. I formation otherwise. Under center, takes the snap, hands it off to number 38 for the Redskins. That is number 36, Brandon Deal, on the run. New running back again for the Redskins.
They're going to switch out quite a few people, I have a feeling, here, and get some fresh legs in there and some more people some experience in the playoffs.
And experience is killer in the playoffs, and this lineup for the Indians has a couple young guys, but a couple seasoned veterans as well. So this is certainly big for some players. One near side receiver, I formation otherwise. Hand off to KJ Jacobs. Jacobs dances his way across the line for the first down, and not much else. Needed 6, it looks like, on that play.
Yeah, this is what we can't have, unfortunately, is moving to the chains, give them a fresh set of downs, down 30-0 with 2:25 left in the third quarter. This is tough. But give a lot of credit to those guys out in the field and the guys being subbed in and out on the sidelines here for staying positive and trying to get a stop at
and the coaching staff.
Absolutely.
Great seasons from both teams, but we're not counting them out yet. I formation, run receiver near side, one far side. Handoff out the middle.
Stopped.
Yes, and it is stopped and even pushed back after the play is over.
He might have gotten to the line of scrimmage, but I don't think he got past it. So
looks like Caden Coleman introduced himself rather aggressively on that play.
Yes, he did.
There was no handshake on that.
Now they're giving him a couple of yards on that one, 2 or 3 yards. So he did pick up a few, but that was a good stop right up the middle.
2nd and 8 on the 16. 2nd and 8. 2 more times and they'll force the 3 and out or the turnover.
See if we can't move it to 3rd and 8 from the 16.
2 receivers on the near side, 1 man to guard him. Bebout shifts over. Pitch to Jacobs. Jacobs looking for something. Gets drilled and stopped by Noah Wolf, and again dragged back for minimal gain. Man, if I had to bet money, I'd say a 3-yard gain.
You're probably right. That was a great stop by Noah Wolf, though. Very impressive.
Very impressive. 3rd and 3 is what they're going to call it. Gain of 4 then. And one more time to stop them, and they'll force the 3 and out.
Yep. Just a little over 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter here. Let's see if we can't get these, get the St. Henry Redskins off the field.
In comes the receiver to tell the play. Redskins break huddle. Number 36, Deal, and number 9, Jacobs are the 2 backs in the I formation. Hand off to Jacobs. Jacobs finds room and breaks one receiver, and he's across for the first down.
Stop
the
just
Redskins
shy.
are calling for the touchdown, but the refs aren't going to give it to him, and we have a player down. Logan Hurst is the Indian responsible for stopping that touchdown.
I think Logan LaFeld is the one who's down on the play right now for the Redskins. So we'll take a break here and hope that young man's able to make it off the field without any problems.
And the down player is helped off the field by a couple of his teammates, but he is up and fully functional, we'll say. And we're going to take this moment to shout out one of our other sponsors. This timeout is brought to you by Darby Dental Smiles. For all your dental needs, schedule an appointment with Darby Dental Smiles in downtown Mechanicsburg. Dr. Jessica Kehl and her team of friendly dentists will have your mouth feeling healthy in no time. Check them out as soon as you need more mouth work.
There you go. I think I actually have an appointment coming up in 2 weeks, so I'll see Dr. Kehl or one of the other doctors that move in and out between the Urbana and the Mechanicsburg office there.
I know I had one of the newer ones the last time I was there.
Dr. Marta?
No, a guy with an L.
Larry.
No, something like that. It might have been like Luda or something like that, or Laguda or something.
Good old Dr. Laguda. I think that's
good
who it
old
was.
Dr. Laguda. Yes, if you're listening, Dr. Laguda, I probably butchered your name, but still, it's the thought that counts, right?
That's right. That's right.
Well, we have entered officially our final quarter of this game, 30-0 in favor of the Redskins. 12 minutes to the left. Anything can happen. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, if I'm not, what do we hold? We held them to hopefully we can take that into the fourth quarter.
That'll be a big accomplishment indeed. And they're going to give it to Braden Deal, and he's up the middle for a touchdown.
Number 36, Braden Deal
right up the middle. Makes it 36-0 in favor of the Redskins. 1 yard run from Deal. And I know you don't think a 1 yard run is a big deal, but it certainly is in the outcome of this game, as it's now 36-0 in favor of St. Henry. And Ethan Thiemann, number 8, comes on to kick it. Lined up. Everybody and their cousin coming for the Indians.
Oh.
And they're going to jump, and the flag is thrown. Neutral zone infraction on the defense.
Number 10? Who was that?
It looked like number 10, Aaron Conley.
Yeah.
No, it was number 28, Kehl, I believe. Yes, it was Kehl. Snaps back. Hold is good, and kick is good as well. Right through the update. Man, he booted that one.
They do have a heck of a good kicker there. He kicked that one probably a solid 15 yards behind the goalpost. So if we do get a chance to stop him, we're going to have to get him outside the 25 there to get him out of range for field goal, it looks like. So.
No, we got to get him back to the 50 to get him out of range of the kicker. My goodness. I know you can't see it, but he's booting it out here every time they call his number.
So Caleb, what are we going to focus on? What should the Indians focus on for the fourth quarter?
I think the Indians should focus on at least limiting one of the two offensive attacks, either limiting the run or limiting the pass. I mean, if you get the small victories, that'll get your team's mental state up in good shape at no time.
All right, so that'll be their takeaway for the fourth quarter.
If you can get a couple stops, you'll be happy.
Uh-oh.
And it's bobbled by Bebout on the kick return. He sheds a couple people. He's got room up the middle. He's got blockers. One man to beat.
Come on,
and
Kid
that's
Lightning.
number 8. He's got him on the far side. And he's dropped at the 10. Out of bounds, Keith Bebout. Oh, my goodness. What a return.
Folks, I know you can't see it, but Keith Bebout did a juggling act with that football before grasping it, holding it in, and going from about the 15 all the way down to the Redskins' 10-yard line.
90-yard return from Bebout to the 10-yard line. 80-yard return. Sorry, I have math next semester.
I was waiting for you to correct yourself and hoping.
Thank goodness, Miss
As
Wass.
your father, I was hoping you were going to be correcting
Miss
yourself.
Wass is going to have a lot to teach if I keep making errors like that.
Yes.
Shotgun formation. 2 receivers far side. But it's a handoff to Hurst. Hurst around the near side. He breaks everybody, but he's dropped just shy of the 5-yard line.
Brought down by Andrew Lang, the 6', 165 backup quarterback. Just tripped him up at the ankles. Otherwise, Jake the Mullet Monster Hurst would have been in for a score. So it's going to take us a 2nd and 7. What do you think, Caleb? Pass or run? What are we doing?
I think run. I think you try to run it to the near side. There's nobody lined up on the near side. You got twin receivers to the far side. So, I mean, you can do either, but it will be a handoff to Jake Hurst. No, Aaron Conley's going to keep it himself, and he's dropped back. And it looks like the fumble was recovered. No, they're going to call it down. It looks like is the initial receivers. No, they're going to call it a fumble. Recovered by the Redskins. That's number 10.
Tough. That's tough right there.
Mark Seifring comes up big for St. Henry and recovers the fumble. The Indians were knocking on the door to score there. And he comes up big to prevent the points. It's 1st and 10 for St. Henry at their own 11-yard line. My goodness, what a big defensive play that was. And the freshman, Dustin Lang, coming in at quarterback. He's in the I formation. Takes the snap, hands off to KJ Jacobs. Jacobs is on the far side, dropped after 3 yards. Brings up 2nd and long.
That was a tough one. After a great burst of momentum from Kid Lightning bring it all the way down to the 10 to have a fumble and give it right back to St. Henry's. That's a tough pill to swallow for the Indians.
It really is, and with under 9 minutes to go in this game so far, there's no room for error like that, and that was just a big play for the Redskins. The Redskins break the huddle, go to the line. One back left, wingman to the right. I formation, handoff goes to KJ Jacobs again. Jacobs bounces out to the near side, but he's brought down by Noah Wolf and Keith Bebout.
Frank Magyar was over there, I think, trying to strip the ball away from him, if I'm not mistaken. He came creeping up on this near side, prior to the snap, and held his ground and tried to strip that ball. So let's see if he can't do it on the next play.
Well, if they trip him, it'll be down at the 13-yard line of the Indians, and we'll be ready to pounce on it and score. But right now, lined up for a conventional defensive play. As the play comes in from the Redskins war room. Break huddle, I formation, one receiver lined up way to the near side. Takes a snap, it's a pitch to KJ Jacobs again. Jacobs trying to find some room on the far side, finds nothing, and is stuffed after 2. 4th down, and that's going to be a punt.
I like it. We haven't seen 4th down for the Redskins.
Ever.
This is the first one.
Well, a punt for the Redskins. We've seen a couple 4th downs, but they've converted on them. So.
That's true.
But, like we said, small victories.
Small victories.
Small victories, indeed. The first 3 and out for the Indians. And they come in. Number 21, Jared Fishbaugh comes out. And they're calling out each other's names, showing who they're going to go out to dinner with later tonight. And here comes the punt. It's short.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Logan, no. And it hit the foot of Logan Hurst. And it almost was muffed, but they're going to call it Indians ball. That almost was big.
Kid Lightning saw that. It definitely hit Logan Hurst's foot on the kickoff. Fortunately, Kid Lightning had his head on his shoulders and saw it and pounced on it. Looks like the Indians will have the ball at the 45-yard line. That was a close one. I don't know if we could have dealt with that one up here.
Man, we avoided a big mistake there. Glad that they did not call that one Redskins ball. And now the Indians break huddle. Logan Hurst in the shotgun. Jake Hurst to his right. 2 tight ends, Teal and Wolf, with Bebout on the far side, wide receiver. Handoff to Hurst up the middle. Tries to spin for something. Gets across the 50 into Redskins territory. 2nd down.
That's right in line with where we're sitting. That's a solid 4 yards there on that play. We'll take it. Hey, Caleb, we got to give a special thanks to Jeff Keckler from the OHSAA, who's up in the booth with us here tonight, present and accounted for at the Indians-Redskins game. We appreciate the OHSAA being here during the playoffs for us and making sure everything runs smooth.
Except they never retweet or like anything that I tag them in.
Oh.
That's the big issue I have with the OHSAA is they never give me any love back. But it's a handoff up the middle to Jake Hurst, and that's pushed for about 6 yards.
We'll have to make
shy of the first down.
We'll have to make sure we talk to Jeff about that before the end of the game here.
I don't know if Jeff is the one in control of their social media, but we're certainly gonna give him a lot of shade up here in the booth, acting like he is.
He's got an iPhone. He can make it happen, or a smartphone, I should say. All right, 3rd and 2.
Logan Hurst in the shotgun. Hurst is still the running back. Bebout is still the far side receiver. Takes a snap. Stumbled on the play. Handoff to Hurst. Hurst has got some room to the near side. Stiff arm. He jukes a couple people across the 10-yard line, and he's brought down at the 8. It looks like, and there's a flag down. They might get
face mask on the Redskins.
And they call a face mask on St. Henry, so that's going to move it even further into Redskins territory, setting the Indians up better in the Village Pharmacy red zone. man, it looked like they were going to call a hold on the back. One of the Redskin defenders grabbing at Jake Hurst's jersey on the run, but it ends up being a face mask. Still, either way, I'll take it. And that penalty is half the distance of the goal, and it's spotted at the 9-yard line. First and goal for the Indians.
All right,
they line
Indians.
up. Aaron Conley is
Punch
the
it in.
quarterback. Jake Hurst lined up to his left. Bebout, the near side receiver now. Takes the snap, looks to pass, takes it himself, pounds it up the middle to the 2 or 3. It's Aaron Conley. Gain of 7, it looked like, on that surprise run.
Aaron is not going to let that ball pop out this time. I guarantee he's holding on to that with every muscle fiber that he has in his body.
And to make sure that doesn't happen, Logan Hurst comes in at quarterback. Bebout shifts back over to the far side. Jake Hurst to the right of the quarterback in shotgun formation. Hurst takes the snap, hands off to Hurst.
There we go.
Hurst up the middle, touchdown.
Hey, Paul. Paul, can you give us 6, please?
Paul, give us 6.
There we go. Paul is very happy to do so.
Freshman Jake Hurst, number 33, gets the first points for the Indians on the board tonight. 37-6 right now. And again, another small victory comes up big with the fourth down punt, and now with the touchdown. So Danny Muscadri will get to test his leg that's been resting for 3 quarters and kick the PAT. Snaps back,
Good.
holds up, and it's good.
Mr. Oyer, cue the band again, will you please?
And we're going to cut the band's break short because we need the fight song for that one. And it is 37-7. We're going to step aside for a quick moment, and we're going to come back. This has been the M.I.B.N. coverage of the Redskins Indians Division 6 Region 24 playoff game round 1, brought to you by Blue Line Inc. Stay tuned, everybody. And here comes the kickoff from the Indians. Finally, the Indians are in a kick after touchdown position. And this is a low but long boot. Falls into the hands of K.J. Jacobs. And he's dropped at the 30-yard line by a bunch of Indians. Even the kicker, Danny Muscadri, was in on that tackle. And there's finally life to the Indians. They force a 4th down punt and then come back and turn it into 7 points. So slowly chipping away. I don't know if there's enough time, but we'll see.
3:15 left in the ball game here. That's a great victory for the Indians and for the coaching staff. They have to be happy with that after lining up against this big St. Henry's team.
They are huge, and we've said it many times. We know you guys can't see it, but it looks like we're trying to play the Eiffel Tower out here. I formation, 2 receivers near side and far side. Looks like there's a false start, and this one's going to get blown dead. There is a false start
A little laundry on the field, huh?
on the Redskins. And that's going to back them up 5 yards to the 25, 1st and 10. 1st and 15. And these penalties have been big this game. Mostly on the Indian side, but a little bit on the Redskins. Came up big after the Jake Hurst run as well, making it half the distance to the goal, putting us in scoring position. Number 4, Andrew Lang, is your quarterback. And he's going to line up under center. 2 backs behind him in an I formation. 2 receivers, 1 far side, 1 near side. And he's dropped K.J. Jacobs, the handoff receiver, and dropped.
Right at the line of scrimmage. Heck of a defensive stand there. Number 70, John Robinson and
John
Tanner
Robinson.
Frisbee.
Indeed.
Robeson, is that how you pronounce it?
Robeson or Robinson? Robinson. It's Robinson, I believe. I think.
Robinson.
Okay, it's Robeson. All right, thank you, Mr. Sean. Shout out to Mr. Sean.
Well,
Rogers
Robeson and Robinson were on that.
Yeah, they're both of them were there. Both of them were there. And the Redskins break huddle. Same formation. They take the wide receiver from the far side, bring him over to the near. So there's 2 receivers near side, 2 backs in the formation of an I. KJ Jacobs is the running, and he's going to get drilled on the near side just past the 25-yard line. That's one of the hardest hits we've seen this year. That's crazy. How many hard hits we've had this season.
Nice meeting you.
And
that's right.
And our OHSAA friend is leaving. I think he got tired of our banner to him, but goodbye to him. So
he's got a drive ahead of him here.
Oh.
So he's going to take off. And thanks again to Jeff Keckler and the OHSAA for letting us do what we're doing.
Well, we've got a drive ahead of us right here. The Indians about to stop the Redskins. There's a snap. The play was messed up. It looked like quarterback didn't know what to do, so he panicked and kept it, and he's dropped at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 4th and 9, but it's not going to be enough, and that's going to run the clock out. 14 seconds left. That's your final score. 37 is the St. Henry Redskins total, and 7 is the Mechanicsburg Indians total. And the Redskins will move on. Next week, we're